Hello and welcome to this live. How's everybody doing today? I hope you've had a wonderful day, that you're settling in for a nice, relaxing evening. I am coming to you because it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's the beginning of the week for me because I'm on Tuesday through Fridays. And so I am popping on to talk with you about things that matter to career women in particular, in terms of things that happen in the workplace and how we can successfully maneuver some of those things. So I am not going to delay tonight. I am Bashana Weatherspoon, career strategist and excellence accelerator, helping women who feel frustrated in their careers to emerge from stuck and surge to their next level of success. I am also the host of the Know Your Worth Career podcast, which is centered around helping women to actually maneuver some of the murky situations that we often find ourselves in the workplace as they pertain to fair pay, equal opportunity in terms of promotions and high profile opportunities and everything, from fulfillment and happiness, all those things that really matter to us as women in particular in the workplace. And so we bring on special guests who talk about different situations and help us to figure out how to successfully maneuver some of those issues that we often find ourselves in. Hello, For Humanities. How are you today? Hey there, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. So anyway, we're going to talk about if you are someone who is wanting to switch careers, but you're hesitant about making that jump and making that move because you are afraid that you won't survive in the new space that you choose, or that you might make the wrong decision, or that you might fail for some reason, then this is the broadcast for you, because I'm going to be giving you some things to consider to help you to make a sound decision regarding, whether or not it's a good idea for you, and more importantly, what you need to do in order to make it a right situation, a right fit for you. So we're going to jump right in. But before I do, I want to encourage you, to invite you to like and share this video so that the people who really need to have access to this information can have access to it. Hello, Avon Andrews. Welcome to my broadcast. So anyway, press the share button, and sharing is caring. Let people who need to hear this information have access to it. So there are 4 things that I'm going to share with you. 4 ways that you can make sure that you're making the right decision when it comes to switching careers, so that you don't have all of that self-doubt and, second guessing yourself going on. So the first and foremost thing that I am going to suggest that you do is to change the way that you're thinking. So instead of thinking about all the things that could go wrong. Hello, Maverick. Did I say that right? I hope I'm not mutilating that. Anyway, thanks for joining. And so I want to change your thinking. So it just as easily as you can think of all the things that can go wrong about making a decision, any kind of decision. It doesn't have to be a decision about your career. It could be a decision about going to the store. And you could have, oh, Ron. Hi, Ron. I can say that one without screwing it up. So at any rate, we can come up with doubts and tragic thoughts about just about anything, but it's a choice. And so just as easily as you can choose to think about the negatives and all the things that could go wrong, you can do the same thing, and you can choose to think about what could go right. And think about, what if you made that decision to switch careers because you're in pursuit of something that you really want, and right now what you have, but there's an opportunity that you could have more of what you really want and not just settle for what you already have or what you think you can have. So I encourage you to just think about things a little bit differently, because just as easily as things can go wrong, they can also go right. and what are you really need to think about, weigh the line about what are you missing. So if you decide to stay where you are, will you be content with that for the next 20 years? Or if you made a decision to change, what would you have to gain? So it's like a pros and cons. You weigh it and you figure out, which one is the worst case scenario, and you can use that to help you to make your decision. The second thing to do is that we're not going to do anything blindly. So we're going to do our due diligence. We're going to do our research. We're not going to just jump from one career to the next career without actually researching the thing. And we research from the very beginning, from the point of actually putting in applications at places and deciding where you want to apply to. You don't want to do any of that stuff blindly. You want to research the companies. You want to research the positions. When you get the interviews, you want to use that time wisely to not only just share information about yourself and try to sell yourself to a potential employer, you want to use that opportunity to get information from them about their job that they're offering and to see if it's a good fit. A lot of times, and something that I've done is had an opportunity to not only talk to the person who was hiring, but people that are on the team that you could potentially be working on, because that gives you an opportunity to get a true sense of what might be going on or what the work situation might be. I remember going on this interview and I had an opportunity to talk to this person, and in the employer's eyes, they might have been a star employee, and they were good because I ended up getting the job. But, she really gave me the scoop, the lowdowns, if you would, about, how things really are there. So I was able to make an informed decision versus just got into something blindly. Oh, if you want to start an online business, actually what I suggest people do if they want to start an online business is you really need to find a mentor or find a coach. I'm saying that because that's what I had to do when I wanted to start an online business, because I knew nothing about starting an online business. And I know that if you're talking about hiring somebody, if you're on disability and you have limited resources, that's a little bit difficult. So you might be able to find somebody who's doing what you want to do and see if they're willing to, share with you. Maybe if you can have an opportunity to figure out how you can apprentice with somebody who's doing what you want to do, so you can learn the ropes and figure out what it takes and how you get into what it is that they're into. So, you have to get a little bit creative if your resources are limited. So that would be my first suggestion. I mean, of course, you can try to figure it out on your own. And you can do it. It just takes more time, more diligence. You have to really do the research and figure out, what works and what doesn't work and all that kind of stuff. But it's not impossible. It's perfectly doable. It's going to take an investment of your time and effort. So that's my suggestion for that. In terms of doing your research, that's what I'm talking about. I'm still talking about research. So, and in terms of doing your research though, and you use your interview to find out information, you go online, you look at the company's presence online, their social media, you go on LinkedIn and you find people who work for them and connect with them and you get the scoop. Because you want to make sure that when you're making a decision to switch your job, you know what you have. You don't know the unknown, but there's ways that you can get information to help to make you a bit more informed so that you're not making a blind decision. And of course, if you know people who work there, you know somebody who knows somebody who works at that place, that's a good way to get information. You can set up informational interviews. If you contact somebody on LinkedIn who is at that place of employment and just, pick their brains. A lot of people are very willing to do stuff like that. The next thing that I recommend is that you plan. So don't just dread what might be a worst case scenario. Really dig into that thing and figure out what's the worst thing that could happen if you decided to switch your job and you didn't like it. then that would mean you might have to find another job. You might have to keep the job for a while until you find whatever that next position is for you. But just go ahead and delve into what is the worst thing that could possibly happen. And if it does happen, what would I do? Because we are very resourceful. I don't think we realize that all the time, but we're resourceful. We can figure things out if we have to. And so instead of waiting until that thing happens, think about it up front and say to yourself, if I get there and I really don't like it, then I can do X, Y, or Z. I can look for another job. I can stay there until I can maybe get enough exposure to different people, and I can apply for a job in a different area. I mean, we have options and alternatives if you're willing to explore them and figure out what they are. And then once you plan for that worst case scenario, then you have that under wrap. So no matter what happens, if it's the worst thing that could possibly happen, I already know what I'm going to do about it. I already have a plan. And if it happens, you just execute that plan. And the final thing that I'm going to offer to you is don't burn bridges. So when you leave your current employer, leave on a good note. You make connections, connect with all of your supervisors, your upper management, assuming that you're on good terms with them already. You want to stay on good terms with them. And if you're not, see if you can bridge those gaps and make some connections. But keep in contact with the people that you are currently working with, that are in your network. You want to keep that network active, and you want to expand the network, so that you can have, different people that you can reach out to at all times, at any time, if you're in need of a job, because everybody knows that the easiest way to find a job is through somebody through somebody that you know. So if you know somebody who works at a place, it's easy for them to recommend you if you have a good reputation and you do good work, and you're more likely to be hired. So you want to keep those networks open. You want to keep those networks active, and that will help you with that backup plan in case something happens. You have resources. You have people that you can reach out to. You have the door open at your old employer, provided that there's some position open, and it's some place in the whole company, depending. If it's not a very teeny tiny company, then it's likely that there's something that you can go back to. So you don't want to burn your bridges. You want to establish those networks, keep the connections open, so that you can always have an ear to the fire, as they say, in terms of what is opening, what's coming up, and all of that kind of stuff, so that you don't have to be so concerned about, what if I make a bad decision? What if I make a wrong decision? You'll never know what will happen if you don't do anything. And we all know that knowing what to do and actually doing that thing that you know to do is two totally different things. So that's why the mindset was the first thing, because you have to be willing to take a chance if it's something worth taking a chance on. And if your happiness is at stake, if you're in a position where you can't take care of your family sufficiently because you're not making enough money. Maybe you've just outgrown the job and you just need something that's more of a challenge. You want a change of scenery or career, or you need something that matches your lifestyle better than, whatever you got 10 years ago. There's all kinds of things to consider. So those are the tips that I want to share with you and give you something to kind of marinate on in case you're one of the people who are sitting on the fence, kind of terrified and terrified into place because you're afraid, what you have here, you don't want to give that up in hopes that you might get something better. But this is not really, that's not the thing that you want for the rest of your working career. And so, you need to take a chance. You need to take that leap. You need to do something different so that you can have an opportunity to possibly have a different outcome. So if you are someone who needs some help in getting yourself into the motion of doing the things that are necessary to get to where that next level that you want to be in your career, then I am going to share with you the opportunity to pick up your very own copy of the Your Next Level Career Action Planner that is designed specifically to help individuals who are looking to move their careers to the next level, but they're not working toward it consistently. You've made a goal, you're not really doing anything about it. It's just something that you want to do, but you want to actually start working on it. You want to get your butt into motion, as they say, and start making some progress. Then this is the planner for you. It's designed to help you to really get focused on what your career goal is, to be strategic about how you are implementing actions to get you to where you want to be, to get you to be consistent in working toward your goal, because you can't wait until October to decide that you want to do something really huge in your career. I mean, it would be a lucky streak if it actually happened that quickly. Most of the times, especially if you're planning for some big promotion or you're setting yourself up to ask for a raise or something along those lines, or some high profile promotional opportunity or position, then you need to actually take the time to position yourself for that thing so that you are the best, the most qualified, the person that's most likely to be able to get it, because you've done the work that it takes to set yourself up and positioned yourself so that you can have what it is that you want. And in addition to helping you with all this great kind of stuff, the planner is also designed to help individuals to not only go to work and get the promotions and make more money and that kind of thing and have that fulfillment and happiness that you want, but it's also designed to help you to keep more of the money that you earn so that you can be able to accomplish those goals that you have in your life that are financial, in terms of saving for your retirement, taking your family on that vacation to Spain, to helping your favorite charity, or helping your family members, or whatever it is that matters most to you, helping you to be in a position to do those kinds of things by keeping more of the money that you earn and being very strategic and consistent about working toward those goals. And that's not all. There's also a health and wellness piece that helps you to do the exact same thing, but to make sure that you are healthy, you are vibrant, you are full of vitality, so that you can enjoy the money that you make by going on that vacation, by doing those special little things with your family and friends. And that you can get up and go to work every day and, feel good and feel energized and just really have a whole different aura about yourself and how you show up every day. So the planner is designed to do all of those things. It's a multifaceted planner, as you can tell. And then on top of that, there's some extra bonuses. So one of the bonuses is actually a podcast interview that I did with a financial expert who talks about, how important it is to not just go and have a job and make more money, but how you get the most impact out of the money that you make. And then I threw in a personal household budget template to help you to get started. So you have no excuses to delay any longer in helping yourself to get on the track that you want to be in, so you can leave a legacy for your family, for your grandkids, to come. And so you can get your own personal copy at bit.ly/your next level, capital C, capital A, capital P, which stands for Career Action Planner. So it's bit.ly/your next level, capital C, capital A, capital P, which is a cap. I always like to say, like you put on your head. So at any rate, go over to the website, get your copy today, and be well on your way to getting the career outcomes that you desire this year. You don't need to wait until next year. You don't need to repeat another 2018 and at the end of the year figure out, oh, I need to do something. You can get started on it today. So that's all I have for you guys. I hope you had a wonderful day and that you got some great tips out of this live. Please like and share this video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.